I think GervontaDavis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up.
What do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
GervontaDavis and Mike Tyson have taken the boxing world by storm with a stunning training session ahead of Davis's rematch with Lamont Roach. A viral video shows Davis working side by side with the legendary Tyson in intense drills, turning a simple workout into a powerful moment. Fans are calling it one of the most thrilling team-ups ever seen in boxing, with Tyson's strength and experience blending perfectly with Davis's speed and sharp skills. The atmosphere in the gym was electric, and the internet hasn't stopped buzzing since.
I think GervontaDavis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that, but Berrios is a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
When asked about his similarities with GervontaDavis, Mike Tyson joked in classic Tyson style that the only thing they really have in common might be their run-ins with the law. He downplayed any deeper comparisons, pointing out that their fighting styles, careers, and life paths are very different. Still, their intense recent training session suggests there might be more of a connection than Tyson is letting on.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson. Far as when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike Tyson. I just hold that puncher power just as like Mike Tyson did when he was fighting. You know, so and I'm gonna stand on my words.
After the controversial draw with Lamont Roach, GervontaDavis has made it clear he wants a rematch, and he wants it fast. Disappointed with the result, Davis feels the first fight didn't show what he's truly capable of and believes a second clash will give him the chance to prove himself. For him, it's not just about payback. It's about showing he's still the top name in the lightweight division. More focused than ever, Davis is sending a strong message to fans and critics that he's ready to take back the spotlight and finish what he started.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all please take your seats, we want to welcome on the WBA lightweight champion, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Tank, we're going to bring you up to the podium as we welcome you into the media, and you can discuss the fight and give the media some thoughts.
I mean, I thank y'all for waiting and things like that. It was a good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
The rivalry between Lamont Roach and GervontaDavis is more than just hype. It's a defining moment in both of their careers. Roach made history by being the first to hold Tank to a draw, changing how fans and experts see them. Davis had a reputation for dominating his opponents, but Roach showed he had the toughness and game plan to hold his own. That first fight gave Roach a clear strategy, and now he's coming back with more confidence and even sharper preparation.
Better. But they've known each other. These two have known each other for a while. Does Lamont Roach just understand a way to beat or frustrate Tank in a way that others don't? You know what I mean? Like, has he just found it, so to speak? Like, I have a lot I want to find out after that because the first fight was so controversial. I think leaving it up to a draw is fine, whatever, even though under the letter of the law, Tank probably should have lost this fight and probably would have if they counted the knockdown when he took a knee. He blamed it on grease. I assume he won't. on his hair. And it could get greasy. Like Amanda Serrano was like, yo, that's what fucking put me out of a fight in Puerto Rico. And then we were subjected to her beating the shit out of Stevie Morgan not that long later. So that's kind of what it is. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this because of the first fight. And I think you have to give Lamont Roach a real shot, even though I still would say Tank figures it out and gets it done and takes it more seriously this time.
Yeah, I think that because they're so familiar with each other, like these guys fought each other when they were kids. And then Lamont Roach comes into the ring and listen, regardless, like Lamont Roach came in there and he was confident. And I don't think a lot of people believed that he was going to be able to get it done against Tank. People thought that Tank was going to knock him out. Here's the thing, though. Tank is actually super skilled. Like, he doesn't throw a lot. When he does, he's extremely accurate, but he does have skill. And what he does is he reels in his fighters and he ends up landing big shots on them that end up knocking his opponent out.
The first fight between Lamont Roach and GervontaDavis was unlike Davis's usual matchups, where he typically scores knockouts. Roach showed impressive skill and toughness, going the full 12 rounds and earning a controversial draw. The result raised eyebrows and sparked debate about Davis's ability to handle top-level opponents. With the fight ending in a disputed decision, fans, experts, and fellow fighters are all calling for a rematch, hoping the next showdown will clearly reveal who the better boxer truly is.
Yo, fight fans, did you catch that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach bout? Talk about controversy. The judges called it a draw. But let's be real, a lot of people think Roach got robbed. Both fighters brought their A-game, showing off some serious skills in the ring. Roach was on fire, landing clean shots and outworking Tank in several rounds. But Tank had his moments too, showcasing that explosive power we all know. But Tank going on one knee or being wobbled didn't swing it toward Roach. I don't know about that, but either way, now everyone's buzzing about an upcoming rematch. I mean, who wouldn't want to see these two go at it again? What's your take? Did Roach deserve the W, or was the draw fair? Drop your thoughts below and let's break down this fight.
Lamont is signed and ready to go for the rematch, correct?
Yeah, we signed, still deliver.
Y'all, Tank plays so many head games, it's not even funny. Let me tell you something, bro. Lamont Roach has never been this big of a fighter before. Everyone knows Lamont Roach now. So he could be reaping the benefits of just enjoying his status of having that draw with Tank, while Tank is the one with the eye of the tiger. Tank is probably in the gym training his ass off and then sign the contract like, all right, we got to fight when? June. Oh, shit. Let's hurry up and dash your ass. Sugar Ray Leonard did that to Roberto Duran. Duran was told that he had a fight in a couple weeks. And he was like, dude, I'm 190 pounds in Panama. Which is why Roberto Duran was out of shape in the No Mas fight and was like, no mas. So Tank could be over there working, sign the contract in 3 weeks, and all of a sudden Lamont Roach got to put a training camp together.
The controversy surrounding the first fight has only made the rematch even more anticipated in the boxing world. Lamont Roach views this as a career-changing chance, not just a big payday. He's determined to prove himself and silence any doubts from their last meeting. A win over Gervonta Tank Davis would not only set the record straight, but also launch Roach into the top tier of the sport. He's training with intensity, speaking with purpose, and carrying himself like someone who knows this could be the moment that defines his legacy.
So the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch is being targeted for June 21st in Las Vegas. Now, it's good that they're running it back without wasting any time, because Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. I mean, I thought he outboxed Tank the last time around. He came up a division as a gigantic 10-1 underdog, and he was the one on the front foot, landing his jab, the body shots, the combinations, throwing a lot more volume. I had it 7-5 Roach, and the no knockdown in round 9 was the reason it was a draw. If that knockdown was scored, that would have been a decision for Roach. But with all that being said, I do like Tank a lot more in the rematch. I thought he fought way too much on the back foot in the first fight, especially the first few rounds. He would land 1 or 2 punches per round. But as he started becoming the aggressor in the later rounds, he kept landing a lot more left hands and body shots. So Tank just needs to make this a dogfight, get into more exchanges, and that's where he'll land a lot more punches on Roach. When he's sitting on the back foot waiting for a counter, that's where Roach is comfortable and winning most of the rounds. So if Tank can fight the same way he did against Ryan Garcia, rounds 3 to 7, against Mario Barrios in the later rounds, or Frank Martin rounds 4 to 8, if he's the one on the front foot, then I do think he'll stop Roach in the rematch.
Lamont Roach definitely earned my respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Just matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally. But boxing is business, so they were never going to let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. Just sharp counters. Like, real, very good fighter. Very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not. Leave it in the comments.
Meanwhile, Mike Tyson has praised GervontaDavis for his talent, saying that with focus and smart decisions, Davis could become a legend in the sport. While Tyson clearly respects Davis's skills, he also highlights how important it is to stay disciplined both in and out of the ring. His words feel more like guidance, showing that he sees greatness in Davis, but also warning him about the risks that could slow him down.
I don't really be trying. I like to hit the face.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person. So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like...
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole package.
With the rematch now set for August 2025 in Las Vegas, GervontaDavis has officially kicked off training camp to get ready for his much-anticipated showdown with Lamont Roach. Their first fight ended in a controversial draw, with a debated non-knockdown in the 9th round sparking strong reactions from fans and experts. Now, Davis is fully locked in, focusing on top-level fitness and fine-tuning his strategy. His goal is simple: prove his point, erase any doubts, and take back full control of the lightweight division. Lightweight boxer Devin Haney shared his thoughts on the Roach vs. Davis fight, saying he knew Roach was talented and personally felt Roach should have won. Haney's opinion adds fuel to the ongoing debate about the fight's result and highlights the level of respect Roach has earned from fellow fighters.
On his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes, and yeah.
Yeah, you were, you've made some comments. I wanted to see the backflip, and I'm surprised Tank didn't say nothing back to you about that.
Hey, I was just speaking my opinion on it.
Shakur Stevenson also shared his thoughts, calling Roach a tough and skilled fighter, and pointed out that Gervonta Tank Davis will need to step up his game in the rematch. What makes Roach such a threat isn't just his strength, it's his timing, his defense, and above all, his determination. He fights like everything's on the line. That's why this rematch has everyone talking. Joe Rogan even said he expects a war, not just a boxing match. Both fighters know how big this is, and neither plans to leave the ring without making a statement.
They announced it today?
So what do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight? What do you see the rematch?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Did you think Lamont won the first fight? 154 and fight
I asked 2 questions at the same time. I ain't hear shit y'all just asked.
Do you really want to move up to 154 after this fight and fight in kind of thing?
Yo, I kind of said 154. I probably was stretching it. I'm stretching 154, but I'll fight him at 147. 147 me and Conor could get it in.
Shakur, Johnny Boy Boxing and fight him. If you beat Zepeda, do you feel that that's the toughest test of your career? And they'll give you the credit if you win?
Who knows? It's a never-ending process, I think I stopped looking for credit, because at the end of the day, once you get the credit, something else happened, they gonna move on anyway. So the credit really doesn't matter. It just matter how I feel, what I feel after the fight. After I go fight with him, if I perform at the highest level of my expectations, I'm cool with that.
Lamont Roach Sr., who's both the father and trainer of Lamont Roach, recently shared some behind-the-scenes details. He said even Gervonta "Tank" Davis recognized Roach's talent early on. According to him, Davis didn't hesitate out of fear, but out of caution. He knew Roach had the skills to make things tough. Despite that, boxing politics took over. Coaches, promoters, and business people pushed for the fight to happen no matter what.
Just being around each other, sharing a ring with each other, fighting each other, fighting some of the same competition over the years, witnessing each other, in camp. So knowing the coaches, they knowing us, it's both ways. It ain't just our way, coming from both sides. So, but no, was I shocked? No. I think Tank tried to tell y'all. Calvin tried to tell y'all, Burry tried to tell y'all, but they didn't want to hear it. They just so stuck on trying to force Tank to fight who they want him to fight. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just was made for a great fight. So people need to just sit back and get ready for part 2.
It's gonna be epic, man. I can't wait for part 2, man. Do you got anything to say to the fans, about part 2, about anything that you got going on coming up, social media, anything?
No, I just say get ready, man. Put your seatbelts on, and when that thing happen, man, make sure y'all support. Come to the fight, buy the fight, and be the biggest fan, cheering whoever you're cheering for. No matter, but you're gonna see another great performance by the Reaper, man. The Reaper ain't playing. He got a big bag, like you said, big 2 bag.
What do you think the difference would be, though?
You gonna see the difference. I believe we want to fight. Nobody can tell us different. The majority of the world believe we want to fight. So you're gonna see. Both of them gonna raise their level. Both of them. So yeah, they're gonna make for a greater fight. But
no way, neither of them are gonna knock each other out. It's gonna go the distance.
It's boxing, man. I ain't got no crystal ball in front of me. So we just gonna.
Many fans have compared GervontaDavis to Mike Tyson, pointing to their knockout power and personal struggles. But Tyson himself shut down the comparison, saying their fighting styles and personalities are nothing alike. The only link is that they've both faced legal issues. For Tyson, what defines a boxer is how they fight, not what happens outside the ring. The Roach versus Davis rivalry has reminded some of the classic Tyson versus Holyfield matchups, where a dominant favorite faced off against a skilled underdog who wasn't expected to win, but came in ready to challenge everything.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So many people are predicting that history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself, right? We had a similar situation where we had 2 guys face off against one another. One guy was a massive favorite, had taken a loss, and was seen to be too small, right? And I'm talking about Evander Holyfield versus Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield was a major fight. A major fight. But Iron Mike Tyson was viewed as a destroyer. Okay? He was the baddest man on the planet. He was indestructible. The fact that he lost to James Buster Douglas was an anomaly because Mike Tyson wasn't focused and he
However, GervontaDavis didn't hold back when talking about Mike Tyson's recent boxing choices. He openly criticized Tyson for taking part in exhibition fights with internet stars like Jake Paul, saying it damages his legacy. According to Davis, a legend like Tyson shouldn't be involved in these kinds of matchups, as they take away from the respect he's earned in the sport. Davis believes that true fighters should protect the integrity of boxing, and he's clearly disappointed that someone he looks up to would trade legacy for entertainment.
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly why expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
GervontaDavis teaming up with Mike Tyson is a powerful move, both symbolically and strategically. Training with a legend like Tyson could give Davis the mental edge and raw intensity he needs to come out stronger in the rematch. Tyson brings old-school toughness and fight IQ that could sharpen Davis's already lethal style. If Davis absorbs even a fraction of Tyson's mindset and power approach, it might just tip the scales in his favor. But what do you think? Could this be the game changer for Davis? Drop your thoughts in the comments.